Hello students, welcome to our channel Q Educare. Last class we have discussed about life process, and as I told you, we will read it one by one. And first today's topic is nutrition. So life process, our first topic is nutrition. Nutrition. We all know earlier about that nutrition is the food material taken from our source for gaining energy. But before going further, we should know that we all work, we all do different types of activity, working, playing. Performing all these activities, we all need energy. Not we, but all organisms need energy. But we have talked about doing activity. But what about the situation when we are not performing any activity? Suppose if organism sleeping, if we are sleeping, what about in that situation? Of course, in that situation also, our body need energy. Why in that condition need energy? Because during that time, body engage in making different types of product for maintaining the processes. As we have read that this is life processes, body performing different activity, different processes. So same way here, body performing process means forming material in body, synthesizing material in the body for maintaining this process, synthesizing different types of material like protein, all these. And these sources, from where this are being obtained? From outside. Right? These sources may be obtained by the organism, maybe or would be living, or by living or by non-living, in the form of inorganic or organic. So this is, in this way, we know that we need some food materials for getting some energy. Now, further, we need to know that how this organism, living organism, obtain their food. So, how do organisms obtain their food? How do organisms obtain their food? So, gaining energy and the material from outside is a common activity performed by the living organism. But obtaining this source of energy by the organism, or we can say the way of taking through them, is different. How? As we know that two types of organisms are there. We have been released, that autotroph and heterotroph, right? So, like autotroph, obtaining their food or the energy from the source of inorganic material like carbon dioxide and water, and turning it into carbohydrate in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. And after synthesizing it by the process of photosynthesis, stored use some energy, and the extra energy is stored in the form of starch for future use. Same way as in heterotroph, this energy obtained from taken from complex matter, and there is need to break down in simpler form with the help of biocatalysts called enzymes, and then gain energy. So, in autotroph, the stored form of energy will be glycogen. So, in autotroph, we saw which type of organisms come. Of course, plant, and some green plants, and some bacteria which make their own food. Right. So, in this way, we know that how nutrition is obtained by different organisms and how the way is different. Now, further we will read about autotroph in detail. We will see further their structure, how they are forming, how they are obtaining, right? And at last, how they are obtaining their energy. So, this way, our topic is autotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic mode of nutrition. We know auto means itself, automatic. Yes, of course, for remembering I am just telling you. So, autotrophic organisms are the organisms which make their own food, right, in the presence of inorganic material. From the inorganic material like carbon dioxide and water, and from carbohydrate in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. So, plant obtain this energy from outside sources and perform this through the process photosynthesis. Further, next section we will read about this photosynthesis in detail. So, obtaining this energy, we know that plant obtain this energy, food material from outside, and up to here, apart from water and apart from carbon dioxide, as we know water, this water obtained from the soil. But other than soil, there is need to absorbance of other nutrition from the soil, that is nitrogen, phosphorus, iron and magnesium, right? Nitrogen, iron, phosphorus, nitrogen, iron, iron, magnesium, etc. In this way, plant obtaining their energy. So, as plant main process is photosynthesis, further we will discuss about photosynthesis. So, first of all, we need to understand one important reaction here. One important reaction here, as given in book, reaction is 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O. This will turn to C6 H12 O6 plus 6 O2 and plus 6 H2O. This will be our product after breaking down this during photosynthesis. Here will be presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. Students, you must notice that during definitions we all adding that obtaining material, water and carbon dioxide, and in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight making food material, synthesis glucose. So this would be glucose, right? So this is reaction take place during photosynthesis. So let us know the state like observation of light energy. You can write a step here: observation of light energy. This light energy will be changed in light energy changed into chemical energy. Further, and this light energy will break water to oxygen and hydrogen, and this will be and carbon dioxide, which is here, will be changed into carbohydrate. This way, this was the state. This state or the process would be very complex, or we can learn it in detail, but here we are looking overview on the NCERT basis. Okay, so understanding these steps, okay, where it is taking place, we need to understand here a structure of the leaves. In your book, a structure of leaves also given. So I am going to draw a structure of leaf here. Students, I want you just look over it so that You can also draw it. Many times students are unable to draw figure. This is the cross section. We can say this is cross section of leaf. Okay. This is midrib. And this is vein. This is phloem. Phloem. And here will be xylem. Okay. If we magnify this structure, we will find a structure something like this. We will find a structure something like this. So we need to look over here and see how we will look this inside or under a microscope. Look. So suppose this is cells of the lies under leaves. This is cells of the leaves. Not very much difficult to draw it. This will be the cells. A structure of so this is actually guard cell. So here. So before explaining, we need to level it. Suppose this is upper layer, or you can say upper epidermis, and this would be here. This would be above the leaf surface. This would be above the leaf surface. This will be waxy coated. Waxy coated. This is air space. Air space between the cells, and this a special type of opening here we can see here below the surface of the leaf. This is guard. This is guard cell. This is guard cell. This is guard cell. But main thing need to study here this black color patches looking over here. This is chloroplast. Chloroplast. So an overview. This was the structure of the leaf. Need to understand here, and we are talking here why, how they are obtaining, and how the chlorophyll is responsible for capturing the this or performing this process, photosynthesis. Okay. So chloroplast. Sorry. So chloroplast consists of chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is very important for the process of photosynthesis, for synthesis of food material in the plant. So through one activity one activity we will see that how chlorophyll is important. For this reason, first experiment given in your book, that further we will see one experiment for an evidence through which we can understand that chlorophyll is needed. For this we will need plants of variegated leaves with different color, and we keep it for 3 days in dark room. Only because, as you know, plant consists of a starch as a store material, and until and unless this, if we keep it for in dark room for some time, then what happens? Will not get light, and their starch that was a stored material will be used up, and then after 3 days we will take it out, keep it for 6 hours under sunlight. Again, this chlorophyll present in the leaves will synthesize food material, but till this time they have not stored it, plant leaf by leaves. One thing to note here, that we have selected variegated leaf, colorful leaves. So many students asking many times to me that sir, only green parts consist of chlorophyll. Yes, of course, green part consists of chlorophyll, and for this reason, what we will do here, when we will take out leaves from dark room, we will mark it on the paper so that we can identify further that on which area the chlorophyll was present. Although that green, other than green parts, the colorful parts also have some pigment. So after taking out, we keep it under sunlight. Then after keeping it sunlight, spending 6 hours, what we have to do? We have to plug the flowers. Plug the leaves, and then mark it on the paper. Again, now boil it in the boiling water. Sometimes after taking it out, keep this boiled leaves in alcohol, in a beaker containing alcohol. Further, in next step, we need to keep this beaker in water bath and start heating it on the burner. So must be careful about alcohol containing container. After putting this leaf into the alcohol, keep this container to another, or keep this container in a water bath and boil it until this alcohol not start boiling. But be aware about this, that why we using water bath? Why not we heating it directly? So after boiling this leaves in water, take it out and keep this in alcohol containing container. This again, put this container in a water bath. Why we put this water bath? Because again we have to boil this or heat it up on a burner. Somebody would ask that why not we directly want heating this alcohol containing container on the burner? Because as the alcohol heat this would catch fire. That's why we boil it in a water bath, and we will boil till alcohol not starting boiling. So after boiling it, heating it up for some time, again we will take it out and rinse it up with the water, put this leaf on, take this, keep this in a petri dish, keep this leaf in a petri dish. Petri dish. Then after we put some iodine. After putting this iodine on the leaf, what we will find? We will find some black patches here. This black patches will show the starch. So the starch which become blue, blue black. So in this way we can perform and see the evidence that how the starch is present. And now further, as we say, this storing energy, and this will be used by the organism and used in different activities. One thing also given in the book, that not only this, but the exchange of or need of carbon dioxide also needed. So this exchange of gases take place through a special pore. A special pore present on the leaf. And that special pore is called stomata. That pore is called stomata. 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 So this is guard cell. And the whole is stomata. This is opening. This is okay, and of course this is chloroplast. So through this exchange of gases take place, and massive amount of gases exchange take place through this stomata. In daytime, what happens? This stomata will be open as it absorbs light energy. During this light energy, and at night this will be closed. One thing also need to understand here, that when this will be open, this stomata will be very turgid. Why this will be turgid? Because water is move inside the stomata, and water will shrink. When the carbon dioxide is not needed, stomata will be closed and stomata will be shrink. So this will be closed. So opening and closing guarded by this guard cell in the leaf. Although we understand here the exchange of gases take place through stomata, but not through for our knowledge. Not only stomata is responsible for exchange of gases, but other parts like stem, root, and for sleep as well, it take place through this. But massive amount of gases take place through this stomata. So in this way, we understand here that the exchange of gas takes place through this stomata. So here one thing is need to understand that exchanging of carbon dioxide taking place. So we must for the evidence we must know that is the carbon dioxide needed for the photosynthesis. So for forming this, what we will do experiment, Bell jar experiment given in the book. In Bell jar experiment, what we will do, again as the same the previous one experiment, we will take two potted plants, keep it under dark room for 3 days, and then again take it out and keep it under 6 hours in the sunlight. Then what happened? Providing sunlight to this plant, what we will do? We will cover it with the Bell jar, and in one that will be controlled, and in other we will provide 1 plate of potassium hydroxide. It is understand that potassium hydroxide absorbs carbon dioxide. So potassium hydroxide will be kept in one jar and one will be controlled, no any jar will be there, and after adjusting this all this we will cover the Bell jar, we will cover the Bell jar with some vessels, so that no any air will be come out through this jar. Again, what happened? We will see after some time, keep it for some time, and then we will see that this in which potassium hydroxide kept and in which potassium hydroxide not kept. Okay, after some time we will take it out. Right? Now same process we have to do as we did in earlier experiment. Plug flower from these two. Okay, boil it in water. Again provide keep in alcohol. Boil it in water bath. Then what happened? Again we will provide same like the previous one. I don't think you already understand. We have understand you, and keep it some iodine solution over it. Then again we will see that the process of photosynthesis occurred. But if we looking over the second one in which the potassium hydroxide not kept, there will be some changes. Okay, why? Because carbon dioxide during sunlight absorbed by the plant, but in which we kept potassium hydroxide, carbon dioxide already absorbed by the potassium hydroxide, and there is no any photosynthesis, and there will be no any food formation. Okay, and the one which is dark one provided with the carbon dioxide, and this way we can conclude that carbon dioxide needed for the plant, which is exchanged through this stomata. So in this way we saw here that how plant obtaining the energy. Okay, and on other hand animal is dependent on the plant. Further our topic will be heterotrophic mode of nutrition. As again we will read it in detail. Thank you, students. So students, this was all about the nutrition in autotrophic mode of nutrition. Further we will read about heterotroph in next class. So students, if you like our channel and this video, please give it your likes so that I will be motivated. Thank you.